Welcome to VUVU TV, live from the Tavern on Broad in Center City, Philadelphia. Bob Long, Eric Nash, Jim Lockerbie, our guest, is alongside. Wonderful atmosphere, a pub here in Center City. All Tottenham Spurs fans, you can hear the atmosphere going on just behind the camera there. And Eric, great football going on right now. Spurs trailing 1-0, but an opportunity to get the equalizer. And I know there's about 40 strong here that are pulling for it.
Yeah, where do I start? Yeah, we had a good time. We got pictures of NBC, took our picture. Bob, you're now famous.
Yes.
You know, that you're in there. I don't know, hopefully people saw you. Tough game so far, like you said. London Derby, always going to be a battle, regardless of the record. Today is no different. Okay, 1-0 Spurs down. They'll come back. They will definitely come back. We have a guest here today.
We do. Jim Lockerbie, a proud Philadelphia Union supporter, and a couple weeks before the start of the season, you have an idea to galvanize the fan base, to bring everyone into celebration in Union. If you could tell us more about it.
Yeah, well, it actually was my brother Rob's idea. He shared it with me one day while we were watching a Portland Timbers game together, and it's really a neat idea that I would love to see the Union and the Sons of Ben and the fans as a whole embrace with Benjamin Franklin, the Honorable Ben Franklin. He's one of the idols of our, the icons of our city,
and all the supporters are children of his.
That's right, the Sons of Ben. The group chose him to be their icon. So I say we bring him in to the river end, and we give out goal proclamations when a Union player scores a goal. Now this is just a prototype. It hasn't been,
approved by legal, if you will.
Officially approved yet.
Well, I'm legal, so I can approve it for you.
I'll help you with this.
So if
Thorne, get us nice and close here as we fumble around, do our best.
So here you have the goal proclamation. Whereas in the course of competition, it is the team's objective to score against thy opponent, whereas members of this team shared in the effort to bring forth this goal. Whereas in the presence of the Philadelphia Union faithful, a goal was scored against the New England Revolution. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, the faithful fans of the Philadelphia Union do hereby proclaim, March 20th, 2016, Sebastian Ledoux scores!
Very good.
Arsenal just got red carded. A guy got red carded out of the game.
For Arsenal in the background. And
wow.
However, Jim, that reaction is very, very significant in what we would be hearing at PPL Park.
That's
as the
right.
crowd roars to its feet.
Now let me ask you. Now, Jim. Aside from the proclamation, there's like a bigger part of it. There's more of a theatrical part of your plan, right? And you need to talk about that because I think that is the really cool part.
Well, absolutely. I mean,
we
know that you can go a full 90 minutes, unfortunately, in the game of soccer without a goal. So Ben, this whole time, could be reacting to the run of play, just like the fans reacted here right now. Ben could be cheering on the fans and encouraging them in times where it looks like maybe we're on the wrong side of the ball. He can keep the spirits up in the stands, and he can react to maybe a bad call. Maybe he doesn't like what the ref says. Without getting the fans too riled up, he can react to.
But you're going to have him up on a perch kind of thing, writing his proclamation on one of those old-time desks. It's an awesome, cool thing. Not just the proclamation, but how it gets made.
I think the sky's the limit. Because I've discussed this on many forums. There's fans that want to see lights light up in like lightning rods when a goal is scored. But like anything, it has to start somewhere.
That's right.
And as of right now, this whole operation is solely on my efforts at this time. The Philadelphia Union, and I don't blame them, because the past experiences, they've tried to do different things, and it wasn't received well. So they're pretty much acting as that we're just two guys coming to the game, and we're doing this. And the Sons of Ben, they're kind of feeling the same way. So as of right now, he'll be in the river end. we're going to try to get him up to where the players can see him. We're going to try to get him up where where he can give that goal proclamation at the end of the game. But if as far as lights and stuff like that, if the fans show enough reaction, a positive reaction, that might be next season, the following season, we could add to this. We can make it much more, but it has to start somewhere.
I agree.
Right, and you mentioned Ben Franklin. He's going to be on with us in just a minute here, in full decor on VUVU TV, and we're excited to see that. But so Jim, like you said, it's you right now. It's you and Ben, and we appreciate the fight you guys are putting together to get this to the highest level. What can we do? What can someone who's pulling up VUVU TV right now on your computer screen, what can someone like that do to help, Jim?
I say go to sonsofben.com. Go to philadelphiaunion.com, where they have the contact us, submit an idea, submit your comments to the team, to the supporters group. If you like this idea, if you see the potential that it has, please reach out to both organizations. Let them know, hey, I like Jim Lockerbie's idea. I want to see Ben in the River End.
All right.
I love it. And I just want to say that, I think the union, first of all, I just want to clarify, you're not trying to get rid of the dupe, you're just adding to it, correct?
Absolutely. If you notice my shirt here, right. I got the dupe and I got Ben.
It's already there.
The dupe can play, and the fans love it. I enjoy it. My kids, they put up their scarves and they dance to the dupe. So I say that's great, but what happens right after the dupe? Yeah, the play goes on, but things kind of settle down. I say let's keep that, fan volume, that energy up. That's when we bring out Ben to say, hey, look, this guy scored and here's your goal proclamation, and we're going to give it to him at the end of the game.
Don't you fellas think, though, that it's important that particularly this team that Bob and I and you, Jay, we've been following for 6 years now, they need to connect with the city, okay? And what's a better way to do it? Have a iconic mascot, to do that. You connect with the city, and you're connecting with the Sons of Ben. It's really a win-win thing, and I think it's going to grow. I understand these things take time, but let's put in the time and let's do it, man.
That's right.
I think this Benjamin Franklin idea is great. What are the alternatives? We have a new businessman coming in, and I haven't spoken to anyone, but he could come up with something else. Do we like this, or do we want to wait and see? Could there be a blue fanatic?
Lots of options, but Jim Lockerbie has put together a great one for us. The Gold Proclamation with Ben Franklin. Spurs put it away.
Nice.
And right after a goal, I say we bring Ben on.
Yes.
All right.
Ben on.
They love you, Ben. They love you.
Wow. Live from Tavern on Broad. This crowd is alive right now. Spurs tie the game at 1. They equalize in the 60th minute. And now we'll bid adieu to Jim Lockerbie. It was great to have him on.
Thank you, Jim. Wait.
Was.
Speaking of alive, Bob, look who's here.
Look who it is.
Who knew?
It is so nice to be with you this morning.
Who knew?
You know what they say about early to bed, early to rise.
I say you get to bed whenever you can.
I agree.
Hopefully not
I
alone.
never really got up this early very often. Gentlemen.
So, Ben,
how are you?
Ashore.
I'm sorry?
You've washed ashore.
I have. Well, this is my hometown. I have to say, it is surprising to get up early and see us rooting for 2 English teams. When we have such a perfectly good team right here in Philadelphia, an excellent team of our own to root for.
It's not an either-or. We love them all.
Absolutely right. We love the game.
The Tottenham Blue, right, represents and is very similar to the Philadelphia Union Blue. What do you think about the team in red?
I have to say that whatever the cost, I shall not be silenced. Down with the red coats. Root for the blue coats.
Down with the red coats.
Now, I lived not far from Tottenham. I lived in England for many, many years. But I must tell you, at that time, European football was illegal. It was not until after my time, 1830, that these rules were made legal. The king had outlawed this game. So I'm so glad to see it here in Philadelphia and to see our citizens enjoying such an exciting morning.
The king was a redcoat, wasn't he? Yeah, I guess technically he was.
Well, I was told that many of the players are French, so that only is that correct? That suggested to me that I have either for We're very excited this morning. This is very exciting. 2 in a row.
Harry Kane.
Look at the excitement.
Nice.
to Tottenham. Huzzah to the blue.
Ben. So Ben, it's funny though.
Not at all. It's wonderful.
Give us a second here. We're just trying to reorganize here and recoup. Excitement going down at the Tavern.
You, sir, are a stroke of good luck. You come.
I think you are as well. So as I was saying, so since most of the players are French, most likely I have slept with their wives. But that's only an assumption. This is absolutely wonderful. And by the way, may I say, gentlemen, I am really quite impressed with your use of electricity here. I don't know if you can see how many lights are shining on us, but I never managed to get this much power out of my experiments.
Yeah, there's almost no need to go outside anymore.
I think it's wonderful.
Right? Yeah.
I think it's well, but you know, I do love activities, and we should spend our time outside and running. And I myself am in a Sportsman Hall of Fame. I'm in the Swimmers Hall of Fame. That's right. I invented swim flippers when I was very young. I know I'm far too immodest. I do apologize, gentlemen.
You're fine, Ben. So it was funny because Ben walked in and he said, "What is was Americans here on our soil
rooting for two English teams?" I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Only
No
a man
sense.
as wise as Ben with these
you're
bifocals
very kind.
can impart that.
And I told him I
very
basically
kind.
couldn't answer. I said, "Well, we sold out, man. I don't know what else to say, man."
Well, you know, we get old too early and wise too late. I should write that one down.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
going to be in my
Right
next.
away.
Do you have a journal or
This is
something?
wonderful. So this is absolutely wonderful. I must say, I really do love this, and I love this idea that I'll have a chance to come out to the opening game and visit with the players, and most importantly, visit with the fans. I heard you describe me as a mascot. I've been called worse, so that is fine. I am more
My
than.
apologies, sir.
No, not at all.
You don't have a tail and a waggy tail. You're not that much
more
of a
than
mascot.
welcome to serve in that role for this wonderful proclamation. I really am very excited. Look at the enthusiasm right here.
And you are going to see that is going to carry over with the Union in Chester. What's the name? Talent
Energy Park.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to really bring there you go again.
We're going to be out there.
A little homage
back.
to you, Talent Energy Field. Okay?
On the
Are you
20th.
You're impressed by this electricity? Let me tell you something. When we get down to Talent Energy Stadium,
Yes.
it's going to be electricity like you've never seen.
That is wonderful. I'm very excited to be there.
So do we have a role for
Not
Ben
to mention
in
the
the first game?
sons of Ben. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but you know, I only had two sons of my own, and one of them was a great disappointment to me as a loyalist. So having the sons of Ben, it is like my own progeny has been retaken, it's been recaptured. You know, all of this has been to honor his brother, who we lost too young, and I really think it is something that that will create unity for us fans of the Union. I know that one we will not write down, but it is really true. I have spent my entire life trying to bring people together, to bring the colonies together, to bring this continent together, and now we are able to bring our fans together.
We're going to explore your
Dark side.
other side.
Oh, I
all right?
see. Well, not
Mr.
I have no dark side. I am an icon. As they said, I helped found this great country. That's right.
Because you're an icon,
Yes,
there's a lot of attention. I mean, there's a lot of attention, a lot of
fine.
secrets get discovered.
There's no question I am not happy to answer. I am an open book, as it were.
What is your relationship with alcohol?
Well, you know, I believe in moderation in all things. We
Okay.
should not drink to excess. And I have been a great proponent of drinking spring water. But
Yes.
having said that, I would not start my day without a large draft of beer. It would
Yes.
be foolish. So we drink in the morning, as I should imagine anyone does, and then maybe some champagne or shrub in the evening. But during the day, can I suggest to you considering clear, clean spring water and
Yes.
drink only to moderation.
Yes. So
And eating, by the way. I have a far greater challenge with my diet.
Yes.
That I am far too in love with the meats and sweets and
It's so
sweet
good.
meats.
it's so good.
It is so good.
I'm
so
the same.
Also
I literally
moderation.
will
so
eat and drink meats
You
and
look
sweets.
very healthy. You look like you could be out on the football match. What do they call the field of a...
Yes.
You were?
Yeah, this
I'm
morning.
not surprised.
On the
Is that
way
right?
here, there's
Oh, my
a field
goodness
between
gracious.
the parking lot and
I let my horse
and
and
the
carriage bring
and
me
the
here.
bar. So, what was the times are usually, let's say, there's a picture painted by how we treat women. So there wasn't.
You see, now when you went and asked me about alcohol and the dark side, I did assume that you would start. You were very kind. Usually people just start with the women.
With the women.
But you started with something
you gotta ease in.
You eased me into it. That's very good. Well, that's fine. As I mentioned, that my first son, my second son, William, was born before I was married to my wife, Debbie, Deborah. And Deborah was married prior to being married to me.
Yes.
But soon after Deborah and I got married, maybe 10 or 15 years later, I moved to England. And I lived in England for many, many years while my wife, Debbie, was here in Philadelphia raising our daughter, Sally.
Yes.
And for all that time, we wrote lovely letters to each other, and I must say that I did explore some of England's darker side. There was a man named Lord Dashwood who ran the Hellfire Club. Lord Dashwood would go on to become Chancellor of the Exchequer, one of the most powerful men in England.
Now, wait.
Yes.
I at some point, I got confused. And I did not know whether you were Ben Franklin or the gentleman that is alive today.
No.
Which?
This
whole story.
10 years old.
This whole story.
We're all confused.
Debbie is married to the real Ben Franklin.
I am Ben Franklin.
I'm not a historian at all.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I don't know how to spell Ben. It's with a V.
Certainly. Spell it however you want. Benjamin.
So
That's
Debbie.
fine.
Okay.
So my wife, Deborah Franklin.
Great.
And I were married, and I moved to England, and the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Lord Dashwood, a very powerful man, invited me to his sex club.
Oh, wow.
The Hellfire Club in a cave. And you do not say no to
terrible name
Lord
for a
Dashwood.
sex club.
The Hellfire Club.
No, I would not call that place.
What would you call your sex club?
I would call it the Heaven Fire, or the
that's
Heaven Love
wonderful.
Club, or the Heaven
think
Place.
you're right. Well, they were exploring a darker side of extracurricular activities, as it were.
Yes.
As it were. So in my humble opinion, and I begrudge not other people's activities, I did not. It was not to my liking. I was a young man.
But you were there at some point.
I went.
How many times?
No, just maybe twice.
Twice. That means
we'll say
200. That's 200.
But that was so. That was. I was a young man.
Of course.
And I
we
got
all
married
do those
young,
type of things
and
when
my
we're young.
wife was thousands of miles away. But then in 1774, Debbie died. Very sad. I was not with her, and I did love her. You were very kind. That was a long time ago. And then 2 years later, when I turned 70, I will become minister to France, and I'll be invited to France, and
like
I will spend like an ambassador to France.
My apologies.
To help. No, that's fine. To help get the French to join our cause against the English, the evil English. Trust not a king, my friend.
Or a queen.
Or
a queen.
Yes.
So
I'm a widower.
Are you a happy widower? Are you a happy widower? Are you a sad?
I'm in France. The women of France are intelligent.
And delicate and enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Yes.
Beautiful.
How do they smell?
They smell. You have to ignore the smell, but beyond the smell,
it's not something I could do. I just.
But we all smell bad in my time. The entire world smells of shit.
Yes.
So that's why we carry walking sticks around to flick it out of our way. It's my poop flicker stick.
Poop, get away.
That's right. Get away from the poop. The streets are just filled with horse manure. So my wife is gone. And the French women were quite enamored with me, and they were putting my picture on everything, inviting me to their salons. And
did you have troubles? Did you have troubles at some point? Let's say
with women. Constantly.
There are many.
Who does not?
There are many vices available to powerful men.
13 vices. 13 virtues.
13.
13 virtues.
Which one was the most poisonous?
Chastity.
What is that? That's when you try to refrain from...
That is from refrain.
God.
The topic we're on, refraining from... I made a list of the 13 virtues that one must try to live with.
Yes.
And we mentioned one already, moderation.
Yes.
Try not to eat too much or drink too much.
In the morning.
Order, keep your things, cleanliness. These are all virtues. Chastity has been the most difficult. It was actually not on my original list. A friend added it.
Yeah, at the end.
But you know, when I was in France, I kept asking French ladies to marry me.
Yes.
And they kept saying no.
You know why they said no?
I was old and they didn't want to come to me.
No, you gotta understand the culture.
Why?
They see no need for marriage. Why marry? We are going to move on and find another man. You're gonna find another woman. There are so many people. No, I have a
very healthy attitude towards all of this.
Well, of course. Why? I am an objective researcher.
You're an athlete with the energy and youth to make your dreams come true, my friend.
How do you have very perceptive eyes. Is it the glasses?
Perhaps so, my spectacles. I can see close up. I can see far away.
Johnny Depp got a pair, and then he became very silent. He said he went into a zone like, I know too much. I'm not gonna say anything anymore. It's strange.
I don't know who Johnny Depp is, but I liked your impression of him.
So let's talk about you versus
booze, women,
and life. We're gonna go to the biggest picture here, the largest picture in this world. How were you ahead of your years as
athletes, athletics, doing physical activities like what we're watching today? Absolutely, I was an avid swimmer. I come from good genes. My father and mother both lived well into their 80s, but I will outlive all of my contemporaries and will become friends with their children and grandchildren. Francis Hopkinson, who signed the Declaration of Independence, over at Christchurch Burial Ground, along with my family, is the son of one of my close friends, and now a close friend as well. Well, not now because he's dead.
Yes.
But
that's terrible.
Well, everyone dies. Sorry, you're young. You don't understand.
No. I have died.
Right, except me.
I have died several times.
So a long life. But more importantly than living a long life is to be how you are remembered. And I have always said I would rather have it said he lived a life of good deeds than died a rich man. So it is not how long we live, but how we participate in our community, in our culture, in our activities, how we support our friends and our contemporaries, and how we treat our enemies.
It's something that has been lost from our culture.
Well, I hope not.
Well, it's not a part of the structure, of the narrative anymore.
Let's bring it back.
Yes, and we should, and we will.
Good.
I have a very, there's a question that I ask every single person that I interview ever. If you had a message that you could leave to the next generation, let's say the 2-year-olds, they're going to be in an era of their own. If there was something that you could leave to make sure that they retain, a message, a question, something that say, make sure you retain this, what would it be? What message?
Well, I certainly have never been shy to share my opinion, and one could pick up my autobiography and learn all sorts of messages.
Yes, we've heard about you.
But I would say, this is just popping into my head now, and you did mention young people, and when I speak to young people, I often like to remind them of the following words. We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid.
Yes.
So do apply yourself, my friends. Pick up your books and read and explore the world around you. Do not trust what other people tell you, but find out the truth for yourself.
I absolutely agree.
Oh, you're very kind. Now, this is just my opinion.
Yes.
If you disagree, that's fine as well.
So,
but you do agree. Good.
I have a question that I've been wanting to ask someone for a while.
All right.
And I will ask Mr. Franklin.
All right. And then do I get to ask you a question?
Yes, you certainly can.
Good.
In this world that we live in, do you believe that there are forces beyond what we can see that are intelligent and influence the physical world that we live in?
Divine providence. You speak of divine providence. I have to say that in many cases I feel more comfortable speaking of drink and sex and the message to youth than I do about this. I will say this. Here in Philadelphia, as you no doubt know, we have multiple religions being practiced. By 1776, when I was fortunate enough to contribute to our declaration, in a small way, we already had 25 different religions being practiced in Philadelphia. And I do not believe that one is better than another. Each of them gives us our own path towards virtue.
Satanism? What about Satanism?
Satanism.
In the era we live in today.
We've never executed a witch in Pennsylvania. We've only had, go home and find out about a young woman named Margaret Matson, the only witch trial ever held in the state of Pennsylvania. By the way, we're calling them states now, not colonies.
Which is
state. We are the state. So Margaret Matson, the only witch ever tried in Pennsylvania, and she was freed. There is no, if you wish to become a better person by worshiping the devil, so be it. That is your right as a Pennsylvanian.
What is a better person then? Because when we look at what good and evil is, I think that what we know as evil, the devil, Satan, is the epitome of what evil is. So when you start
You're
going...
really obsessed with Satan, aren't you?
I'm not obsessed with anything.
A little bit.
Actually, that's a lie.
That's
I'm
just my
obsessed.
opinion.
Well, not Satan, but I just brought the question up about Satanism because when we start giving rights to, let's say...
Oh, I did bring it up with the Hellfire Club.
Yes, you did.
I realize I'm the one who's brought up the Hellfire Club.
When we start organizing things that shouldn't be organized and giving them rights just as much as you give a human a right, I think it gets tricky, all right? Now, as a...
You know, in my day, most humans don't have very many rights.
I know, it's terrible. Yeah.
Our African
and we always
brothers,
have it,
our native brothers, very few rights.
So, if, back in your day, how...
You don't get a lot of Satan worshippers in my day.
Well, not in the public.
No,
now they're making it cool.
Papists, but not a lot of Satan.
Now they're making it cool.
I'm so glad. So I was a member of Christ Church, an Anglican church. But in the course of my life, I was able to actually donate small amounts of money to all of the different religious organizations. We were able to build St. Joseph's Church, a Catholic church, and Mikveh Israel, a synagogue.
Is America a Christian nation?
No, never intended that way. America is a nation for all people. As I said when we opened Pennsylvania Hall, if a Muslim, if a mufti, a imam was to come into Philadelphia,
anybody can come in.
He would have a place to worship and preach as well. Philadelphia is a country for all people.
Where do you get your moral order? Religions have been historically excellent for instilling moral order.
You are not the first. William Smith, the first provost of Penn, used to ask me the same question.
Will Smith,
with Will Smith, without a strong religious organized base, and I say I get it from my list of virtues. I have something I have invented called moral algebra, in which you write down a list of all, and on the top of it you write pro and con, and you write all the things you do that are good, that help society on one column, and all the things that you do that hurt society, drinking to excess, sleeping with other people's wives, and you try to live in the pro column, in a positive column. You do not need, in my opinion, and now many people, Mr. Adams, my good friend John Adams, would completely disagree with this, but I do not think that, though religion is perfectly fine and a perfectly nice way to spend a Sunday if there's no horse racing going on, then I think that that is one path towards goodness. But remember what I said. It is not how we are remembered, but how we live. It is not what happens after we die, but what we do while we are here.
Well, that is an excellent note to end on. I really
let me ask
you.
I have one question for you.
Yes,
Tell
you do.
me, where are you from, my young friend, with your beautiful accent?
Oh, this accent, I bought it on eBay.
I
bid for it for like 62 days.
I understand. Me as well.
the underlying accent. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
Of course, I know it
Yes,
very well.
it is.
I have had the great fortune of crossing the Atlantic Ocean 10 different occasions.
Did you stop by Trinidad?
I did not, unfortunately. I wish I had. I've heard only wonderful
Nobody
things.
would have known about you.
Why?
Because you would have stayed right there.
May I suggest that you watch out for the European kings and queens?
Yeah.
They're keeping if I've not been there, they're looking at your island.
Yeah.
Yes. They want to treat you as bad as they treated us.
I think they want to take
Independence Day,
it.
my friend.
All right.
This has been wonderful.
All right.
Absolutely. What a pleasure.
Yeah.
The pleasure.
Thank you very much, man.
Oh, yeah. Give me
Oh, yeah, please. So,
most importantly, before we end, and I'm so happy I got to spend some time and answer these incredibly inappropriate questions. My pleasure. But let me just remind you again that we will see each other on March 20th over at Talon Energy in Chester.
Yes.
It's going to be the season opening of the Philadelphia Union. We are going to be doing our proclamation, and I will be joining our fan club, the Sons of Ben.
Yes.
And I think it is really going to be an extraordinary afternoon.
Oh, yes.
I really hope you'll be there with us. I really hope that you will all join us that day. I'm
We
very
wouldn't miss it
excited.
for any reason.
You're too kind.
Yeah.
Grizzly.